Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Iron Kaiser Gaming, and welcome back to Age of Mythology Retold, specifically the Kaiser Cup. In today's video, we have another battle from the tournament. Two players battling it out from the quarterfinals, vying for a spot in the Kaiser Cup semifinals. And this is going to be another battle for the ages, because we have two players representing two different games from our beloved Age of Empires series. In the blue, we have tenfingertom playing as Ra. I've featured him several times on the channel before. He is a very good Age of Empires 2 player. He and I battled out in some tournaments in the past, and he was the victor of a previous Age of Mythology video that I put out, the first AoE Battle of the Ages against the Claymore. But seeking to avenge the Claymore in the red is Gaius Iulius Megas, playing as Gaia. This is a really interesting matchup that we have here on Alfheim, because both of these civilizations... Well, let me back up. First of all, in the blue, Ra, Egypt, is a civilization we've not seen in the tournament yet. We've seen the Atlanteans, we've seen the Greeks, we've seen the Norse, but we've not really seen the Egyptians. And so it'd be really fun to see how Tom plays with this civilization. I'm already seeing a very cool move with the Pharaoh blessing the monument, which in turn is spreading that favor to all of the nearby buildings. Really cool opening moves for Tom. Now, we have seen the Atlanteans play before, but we've seen Kronos play before, and Kronos has a very aggressive play style, or this can be played aggressively. Gaia definitely lends herself to a more defensive approach. And so it'll be really curious to see this matchup, as it looks to me like both players might have kind of an economic focus. Now, I will go ahead and say right at the start of this video that this is a best of 3 series, and yet, once again, I'm railing on this all the time until they fix it. In Age of Mythology, the replay system is broken. You are rolling dice to see whether or not a replay will actually work or not. And unfortunately, we've only got this one match that we're going to be watching today. But this match will show us the winner of our best of 3 series. So, if you have had problems with the replays and you want to see the Forgotten Empires devs, the Age of Mythology devs, fix it, be sure to let them know, and like the video. Let me know in the comments if you've been running into those problems. Share with the devs at the comments on this video you want to see them fix it, okay? Neither player is going for any kind of... Well, I mean, it's only age 1, but I'm not seeing any aggression. We see the second cast of the Gaia Force being used right away. That's such an interesting power to me, because very often with god powers, they're designed in such a way that you want to save them, you want to wait till the optimal moment to use the power. But with the Gaia Forest, it does seem like you just immediately should fire off that forest, right? So it's almost, I don't want to say boring, but I don't see a lot of strategic decision making that you have to make with the Gaia Forest power. You just throw that down right away and start benefiting from those faster collecting trees. Gaia is going up with Oceanus. I think it's probably pronounced Oceanus. The Latin teacher in me wants to say Oceanus, but it's probably Oceanus. Meanwhile, Ra, on the way up to age 2 now with another god I don't know how to pronounce. Ptah? Ta? Not sure how to say that. Good. I'll go with Ptah. And somebody can correct me in the comments and know it's just Ta. It might just be Ta, but I'll say Ptah. Eco upgrades coming in. Hand axe on the way here for Tom. Right now, eco numbers are neck and neck. And in fact, Gaia has a slight lead. And that should only expand further as Ra is taking his time getting up into age 2. Myrmillones on the way. The Myrmillo, a very good, it's a jack of all trades, melee unit. Good swordsman. heavily armed fighter. WADJET. Speaking of, let's talk about the myth units. With Oceanus, one of the myth units that's really cool, I like to see the Caladria. She's cool because she can't actually attack anything, but she's a really neat utility myth unit. She can heal allies and she can slow down enemies. And I think that combination is really neat. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Caladria might get used here. Ooh, we have a battle. Okay, first blood on the table of Murmillo going to town against the priest. Oh, and he goes down. The Murmillo stands triumphant over his defenseless foe. Come on, man. First blood goes to Iulius. The Atlanteans are very happy with that. And economically, they still have a slight edge, but look at this. The WADJETs and the Axemen are on the way. And let me highlight Axemen. In H2, the Egyptian units, to my understanding, they're really not that great as a bunch of jack-of-all-trade units. But they do a great job fighting off their counter, right? So Axemen are an anti-infantry unit, and seeing as the Atlantean play right now is Myrmiliones, that would suggest that Axemen might do very effectively in here. Of course, being backed up by how many WADJETs are on their way? We've got 3. These myth units. They're gonna do a great job putting out the damage from a distance. Still a slight eco lead for Atlantis, but that same economy getting pressured off by the WADJETs. We have Hero Turma on the way. Now, Turma are kind of an anti-range unit, but because these are heroes, they will do great damage against the WADJET. The Axemen, these are 2 counter units. They're not really going to be very effective against each other. Oh, this is a little bit... So we got Myrmiliones. They are, countered by the Axemen. How will that play out? Wait a minute. This is big. Atlantis right now has a minor economic lead, but take a look at this. A new settlement coming up for Egypt. Eco numbers have just tied, and a second settlement on the way. So, if you are Atlantis, this is a critical moment in this battle. You have a decision to make, and I'm curious to see what you guys would do if you are Atlantis and you're aware of this play right here. Okay. Look at this. There's an oracle on the map. Tom sees it. And this venom spitter is going to take care of that oracle right there. Ow, he goes down. Okay, so, assuming he's paying attention to the minimap, he should see that a settlement is coming up. Iulius has a choice in front of him. He needs to either build a new settlement of his own, keep that economic parity, don't fall behind economically, or choose to fall behind economically because there's a window of opportunity for your military, for you to put those resources into military and overwhelm your opponent before that economic strength is able to kick into gear. A little bit of a fight. I don't know that we lost a whole lot of anything for either player. The heroic Turma got some damage in. What's going on here? This priest is just being annoying. I don't think he's doing any damage. But wait. Yeah, no, the citizen's able to take down that one Axeman without a problem. Great use of the obelisk. Just getting vision across the map. It's almost like Gaia is just being boxed in, right? And there are fewer and fewer places where Atlantis is able to do things in secret. We have some upgrades coming in. Copper weapons coming online for Egypt, which will help the... Oh, this is a big fight here. The Axemen Boom, copper weapons are in. They were already winning that fight. Now it's even better of a fight. The carnivorous plant. Soaking up some of that damage. Eating a couple of axemen. The Turma do have range. They're on cav, they're ranged, so, you know, you got that kiting ability. But you know, they're not very good against the axemen. Unfortunately, the axemen are not very good against them. So it's kind of a 1-2 punch here. Where these heroes want to be fighting is against the WADJET.
Into you.
And the poison that these winged serpents do is just annoying. Speaking of annoying, this priest, you're not accomplishing anything here. I do like the use of the economic guild. This is a good way of just spreading Gaia's lush around the map. The lush allows units to move faster, and with technology they can slowly heal. There's a lot of healing opportunities that Atlantis can pull off between the lush, the Caladria. There are, depending on the gods that are chosen, there are some other healing choices. You can build an army that is very sustainable, which seems appropriate when you pick Gaia.
Into you.
But look at this. We see Egyptian villagers just being, like, you're taking gold from, you know, Atlantis' side of the map. Egypt. Just gutsy. Gutsy, gutsy, gutsy. Age 3 is on the way with... Which god is this? It's Thea. Nice, nice, nice. Meanwhile, we also have Sobek. So we're going to see some laser crocodillos coming online for Egypt versus... Now, what does Thea even do? The Stymphalian bird. Interesting. Survival equipment will give the Vils more resiliency. We've got farming upgrades coming in. A bunch of upgrades coming in for Atlantis. I'm worried, though, because upgrades or not, you're down 20 villagers compared to your opponent. Yeah, and we see a hero for Atlantis go down. You're down 20 Vils, and you're also down 30 military. This is tough. Survival equipment coming in. What is it? The Hesperides tree. Giant tree. Speaking of healing, the Hesperides tree trains dryads and heals myth units for whoever captures and controls it. So we're just adding on the healing. So what we should be seeing from Iulius, getting into fights, pulling weak units back, healing them up to full, and then going back into the battle. I do like what the Watchtower is able to accomplish here. You see the Locust Swarm getting cast by Tom. A lot of Egyptian units are dying here to the arrow fire. I want to say that was a good fight for Atlantis. Yeah, they actually have military advantage right now, military numbers. I'm not sure they'll be able to do anything with it. This is a good fight, and these are all hero units, so they're doing bonus damage against all of these myth units. You'd love to see it. The laser crocodile goes down. Pet Sobek. I know what they're actually called. The laserdillos. Come on.
Into you.
Run, guys, run.
And wedge.
And now we have Spearman. A good unit switch by Tom. Recognizing that Atlantis wanted to go in for a cav play. Poseidon's secret, making cav units cheaper and train faster. Yeah, Iulius definitely wants to go cavalry, but the spearmen are already out, ready to lay down some serious damage. And now we just see an army of myth units. Myth units left and right. And what is this? A Migdol stronghold going up, choking off more of Iulius' side of the map. Gaia is in trouble here. The units are falling apart. The military lead is growing for Egypt. The economic lead is massive. Symbolian bird. That priest goes down. Oh, the poison takes out the bird. But at least the WADJET goes down at the same time. Meanwhile, the stronghold knocks down bird number 2. And this might be the biggest part of them all. The gold economy for Atlantis shut down right now because of that stronghold. Right? If Atlantis wants gold, they're gonna swing way south. This is great map pressure from Egypt. I was about to say, can this be turned around? I don't think so. Tom takes a well-earned game 1 of the series. And unfortunately, this is the only replay we're able to watch. Replay number 2, it was a water match between the new Norse god Freyr for Tom versus Zeus for Iulius. And we got to see just enough of it to see a really cool fight on the water. But once again, a really strong economic play from Tom ends up taking him over the top. We're not able to see how it ends, but Tom does take the win in that game as well, meaning Tom moves on to the semifinals in the Age of Mythology Kaiser Cup. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's game. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and let me know you enjoyed it in the comments. Let me know what you want to see next from Age of Mythology. For now, this is the Iron Kaiser signing off. Have a great one out there, guys. We'll see you around.